Unshakable confidence. A journey to fearless living. Introduction. Confidence is not a trait reserved for a chosen few. It is a skill, a muscle that grows with every challenge faced and every doubt overcome. This book is not about instant transformation, but rather about the small, intentional steps that lead to an unshakable belief in oneself. It is about rewriting the inner script that holds us back and embracing the courage to take action despite fear. Through this journey, you will discover that confidence is not about never feeling uncertain. It is about choosing to move forward anyway. This story follows the evolution of a woman who once lived in the shadows of self-doubt, believing confidence was something she lacked. But as she took one step at a time, she discovered that confidence is built, not bestowed. Her journey is one of courage, resilience, and unwavering faith in herself. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Confidence. She always thought confidence was something people were born with, like a gift only the lucky ones received. Watching others walk into rooms with effortless poise, she assumed they had something she lacked. But one day, she realized the truth. Confidence wasn't a gift. It was built moment by moment through choices that defied fear. Growing up, she struggled with self-doubt, always second-guessing her abilities. The idea of speaking up, making decisions, or chasing dreams felt overwhelming. She played it safe, believing she wasn't meant for greatness. Until one moment changed everything. She found herself standing before an opportunity she had long desired but always avoided. A voice inside whispered the usual doubts, but another voice, a quieter, unfamiliar one, urged her forward. That was the first time she chose courage over fear. The first time she understood confidence wasn't about never feeling fear, but about acting despite it. Chapter 2. Breaking Free from the Lies. Confidence isn't about being the smartest, the most talented, or the most experienced. It's about trusting yourself enough to take action. And the only way to trust yourself is by proving, through action, that you can handle whatever comes next. She learned that every person who seemed fearless had once been just like her, afraid, uncertain, doubting themselves. But they chose to step forward anyway. With each step, their confidence grew. The secret wasn't in waiting for the fear to disappear, but in deciding to move forward despite it. So she made a promise to herself. No more waiting. No more allowing fear to dictate her choices. She would take one bold step at a time, rewriting the narrative of her life. See Chapter 3. The Power of Taking Risks. True confidence is built in the moments of uncertainty. The greatest transformations happen when we dare to step beyond our comfort zones. She realized this when she said yes to something that terrified her, something she once believed was beyond her capabilities. At first, doubt crept in. What if she failed? What if she made a fool of herself? But then she reminded herself, failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Every risk she took, every challenge she embraced, became a stepping stone to a stronger, more resilient version of herself. She no longer feared failure, she welcomed it. Because with every setback, she learned, adapted, and grew. Taking risks was no longer something to avoid. It was the very thing that made her unshakable. Chapter 4. Rewriting the Inner Script. The voice in our minds dictates our reality. For years, she had let her inner voice tell her she wasn't enough, that she wasn't capable, that she should stay in the shadows. But what if she could rewrite that script? What if she could replace self-doubt with self-empowerment? She began by questioning every negative thought. Is this really true? Or is this fear disguising itself as logic? She replaced every self-defeating belief with one that lifted her up. Instead of, "I can't do this," she told herself, "I am learning how to do this." Instead of, "I'm not good enough," she reminded herself, "I am worthy of every opportunity." With time, the new script became second nature. She no longer relied on external validation. She had built an internal foundation that no doubt could shake. Chapter 5. The Courage to Stand Alone. One of the hardest lessons she learned was that confidence sometimes meant standing alone. Not everyone would understand her journey. Not everyone would support her choices. And that was okay. She realized that the strongest people were those who could walk alone, who could trust their own decisions even when no one else did. Confidence wasn't about being liked. It was about staying true to oneself, even in the face of criticism. She stopped seeking approval. She stopped molding herself to fit expectations that weren't her own. And in that space of self-trust, she found the unshakable confidence she had been searching for all along. Chapter 6. Turning Fear into Fuel. Fear never truly disappears. It evolves. She learned to stop resisting fear, and instead use it as fuel. Every time she felt fear creeping in, she saw it as a signal. Not of failure, but of opportunity. Fear became the compass pointing her toward the next challenge she needed to face. She began to embrace discomfort, knowing it meant she was growing. What once seemed intimidating now excited her. Fear had lost its power over her because she had learned its secret. It only controls those who let it. Chapter 7. Owning Your Voice. Confidence is not just about action. It's about expression. For years, she held back her thoughts, afraid of judgment. But she realized that her voice mattered. Speaking up for herself, for her dreams, and for her values became a crucial part of her journey. She stopped apologizing for taking up space. She learned to communicate with clarity, to assert her ideas, and to set boundaries unapologetically. The world didn't shrink when she found her voice. It expanded, opening doors she never thought possible. Chapter 8. The Unshakable Mindset. Confidence isn't just a feeling, it's a mindset. It's the unwavering belief that no matter what happens, she can handle it. Challenges would still come, doubts would still whisper, but they no longer defined her. She had built a foundation that no external force could shake. She had become the architect of her own life, sculpting a future that aligned with her highest self. And in that realization, she found the ultimate form of confidence, the kind that stands unshaken through any storm.